Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today, we are working on a Maytag electric convection oven. We're going to be showing you how to replace the surface burner. To begin this repair, you'll need to open the door and remove your cooktop. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. The tools you will need to complete this repair is a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, a tack puller, and a voltmeter. The first thing you want to do is open your door. There are 2 Phillips screws that are holding in the front lip of the cooktop. Once you have these removed, lift up and pull gently on the top. Just kind of wiggle it out and set aside. Now, with our cooktop removed, we're going to be showing you how to test and remove and reinstall a front left surface burner. So the typical complaints with this would be that your element is not heating at all. A great thing to check is to make sure that you have continuity going through all 3 of the terminals there. So use your meter. This one will go by audible tone. Okay, so we have continuity going through there. That tests out fine. Next thing is to make sure that none of the wires are broken and that you have the proper voltage going down to the element when you turn the element piece on. Now, if you do not have continuity and you have the proper voltage, you'll want to replace your element. Another common problem with these machines are the infinite switch on here sometimes can give you issues. Sometimes it will not send voltage down to it, and if you have the proper voltage going into your unit, into your infinite switch, you could have a bad infinite switch. Also, another complaint can be that the element glows bright red. Now, typically what I find also on that is that you have a bad infinite switch. But today, we're going to show you how to remove and install a new front left surface burner. To begin, first thing you'll need to do is to either write down the corresponding spots for your terminals, or as I like to just take a picture because you can just go back to it pretty quickly. Zoom in if you need to, any type of detail, that's where you'll get it. Now, when you're removing these terminals, I like to use something to pry them off. It just makes it a little bit easier instead of tugging on it and risking breaking the terminal or anything like that. So generally I use a tack puller. You can use a flathead screwdriver, that works fine too. But just, they come off so much easier when you use something to pry them and you don't risk damaging the actual wires. So now that we have these removed, just push them to the side. You'll see there are 2 clips on this element. Simply press outwards from the element to lift out. Do it on the second one. That one slid back in there. And remove your element. To install your element, first I recommend visually inspecting it. Make sure that within shipping or manufacturing, none of these wires got tugged or out of place, broken, anything like that. Also check your terminals and the block here to make sure that all looks okay. We will reinstall our clips, pushing those in. It just pops right down. You'll see that I'm using Mark III on the right side here instead of the 4.8. So 359, that's the mark that you'll use. Also, just to be careful, just double check your continuity on it, just so you don't put everything back together. Next, refer back to your picture and plug the wires in accordingly. Now that your wiring and everything is fully put on, test out the infinite switch, turn it on, make sure that the unit is going to be glowing bright red for the customer and that shuts off, and you can reinstall your cooktop. to install your cooktop. Set it in back first, and slide it back. Make sure it falls down, and you can wiggle it slightly. The 2 screws on the front will hold it from moving, but make sure that there's nothing overhanging on the sides or no abnormal cracks that are in the front. Now, line it up, the holes underneath, so that you can put in your screws. Give it a little pull, make sure it's secured. Now close your door, and this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.